Day 2 begins now. Tokyo Game Show 2008 is go. We're here, ready to do some business. You guys actually went and saw some games already, or went to some session type stuff, some appointment type stuff. You saw the White Knight Chronicle?
Yeah, I saw White Knight Chronicles, new level 5 RPG. They talked a lot about there being a single-player portion of the game, as well as a separate multiplayer, like online, like 4-player questing system. You create your own character and level it up and stuff like that. Didn't show a ton of the game, but definitely got more of a sense of what that game is about than I've gotten from anything else they've shown so far. It's kind of like, you know, your typical medieval fantasy RPG stuff, but filtered through crazy giant Japanese robots.
Spectacular. And Brad, you, speaking of giant robots, you went and saw a guy that's not a robot. Tell me about Halo 3 Recon.
Yeah, I went to not see Halo 3 Recon, but I listened to some dudes talk about it. So Luke Smith, Brian Gerard from Bungie were there. They basically like dropped some of the top level bullet points about what the hell Halo 3 Recon is. So it is a boxed game. It's like a full-on retail, presumably $60 campaign. It's set during Halo 2. At the time that Master Chief is on Delta Halo, you're a dude in New Mombasa after the Regret, the Prophet, I think. It's been a while since Halo 2, but it's after he leaves Earth. So now you're just in like this dense, occupied, Covenant-occupied urban environment. As a guy, like you're one of those ODST soldiers, so you're not like a Spartan.
So you don't even have like shields and stuff, do you? Or you probably have shields, but not. But you're a dude?
That question was asked, and they were super cagey about any kind of hard details about the gameplay. Like, they did say, like, you're not a robotic super soldier, so expect it to play a little bit differently. Your tactics are going to be different. Like, you can't just run in there and not die. You know, you gotta hang back and strategize a little bit. But full-on campaign, they're making a whole new game, all new levels. They're not reusing stuff from Halo 3. Full 1,000-point achievements for the campaign. Bunch of new multiplayer stuff. Yeah, it sounds like a pretty solid, complete package.
All right. Cool. Well, that's what they've seen so far. I went to Koei where I got jelly beans. In addition to jelly beans, this little thing. Well, Koei meets Tecmo. They're getting together, those guys. So we are going to hit the show floor and see what's left to see. It seems like most of the big stuff we've already seen. We're kind of getting down to these games that are not super huge, but maybe super crazy.
Yeah. Like a guy asked us just now, "What's the game of the show?" And we were like, "I don't know." Like there's a lot of good stuff here. There's
Street Fighter 4.
Yeah. So now, like you said, let's go see some weird stuff.
All right. We're speaking of weird stuff. Hey, what's up?
Yeah, I'm just gonna stay here and stare at the screen for the rest of the show. That's cool.
Cool with me, dude. All right. Hello, we're here at the Sony booth. Let's take a walk around and see what they've got going on. We're going to start here at the PSP area, where they have two very big games right here. Patapon 2, Don Chaka. Here we have Ratchet and Clank. Get a good look at Ratchet's Japanese eyes. Let's play a Guitar. That's not how you spell guitar. Dissidia over here, a little Final Fantasy Dissidia, which is out December 18th. Here in Japan, and look out for that. No one wants to catch a hot steaming case of Dissidia. It's rated C for everyone. Over here we have what is maybe one of the greatest game names I've ever seen, coming out in 2009 here, Diamond of the Sound of a Gunshot. I don't know. It doesn't get any more awesome than that as far as I am concerned.
I love the title alone, and I'd want to go on that adventure that involves Diamond and the sound of a gunshot.
Okay, here we are, the back side of the Sony booth. Not many people know this, but this is truly where all the action happens at the show. It's nice and dark and nice and cool, so we can hang out back here along this dark wall, and that's pretty cool, right?
I'm into it. The rest of the show is such sensory overload. It's nice to come back here and just relax a little bit, decompress.
Now we're coming around the side of the Sony area again. They're showing Metal Gear Online, which is the same thing you got with MGS4, but they broke it out into a separate game and selling it at a discounted price. So that's that. They're checking IDs for the games that are going to be rated D for dope. SmackDown vs. Raw 2009. Wrestling is kind of big over here, like kind of Well, yeah, I mean, Japanese wrestling is obviously very big, but U.S. wrestling gets a fair amount of play over here as well. So they're showing the PlayStation 3 version of that. That's pretty cool. And then here are kind of the front areas, or the rear areas, I should say, of the demo stations for these 17 and up games. Sonic World Adventure. That's Sonic Unleashed. That's the Japanese name for that. That's coming out here in December. MotorStorm 2. Little area for Blu-ray discs, like District B13. You know, important movies. Ultraviolet. 16 blocks. The hits. Stealth is there's nothing wrong with Stealth. Nothing wrong with Stealth.
Have you seen Stealth?
I have not seen Stealth.
Well, then where are you even coming from with this?
Dude, look at it. It's Jamie Foxx. Dude, they fly jets. Over here, they're showing off some PlayStation Home stuff a little bit. So Toro, Kuro, Suzuki, and Ricky. I like Ricky. Get that camera off there. Don't even film the side of it. You're going to get us kicked out. And let's round it out with probably what are the two of the bigger games here. I know it's Gran Turismo 5 Prologue Spec 3, which is going to be an update for GT5 Prologue. And then down there, Little Big Planet. Little Big Planet. See, they got the spinning planet out there, and that's cool. That's it from the Sony booth, where the PlayStation 3 is king.
Hey, what's up? It's Ryan. I've been spending some quality time here at the Sony booth at TGS and got to play a handful of PSP games and a little bit of the PlayStation Network action too. Played a level in Loco Roco 2, which, hey, you played Loco Roco, it's Loco Roco 2. There's a little bit of a rhythm element to part of the stage that I played where I had to kind of hit a button in time with that really infectious Loco Roco music. I gotta say, that game shows really well. Just the cheery, kind of enthusiastic attitude of it, that comes through well in a demo. It's still gonna have to wait and see how that pans out in the full game. Also got to play some Final Fantasy Dissidia, so obviously I need to get my shots later on, but not really what I was expecting. I haven't seen a lot of that game before now, and feels a little bit more like the Dragon Ball Z Budokai Tenkaichi games than a straight-up fighting game where it's kind of behind the back and you lock on targeting with your opponent. You're looking at characters from throughout the Final Fantasy series all fighting against each other. The game looks really good. Characters look sharp. It moves really nicely. Gameplay seemed pretty simple, but it also seemed like the character that I was playing with was already leveled up, so there appears to be kind of a little bit of an RPG element to it as well. There were a couple other games that I tried playing that I could not make heads or tails of, such as A Diamond and the Sound of a Gunshot. I'd want to go on that adventure that involves Diamond and the sound of a gunshot. It starts off with a robbery, but it's all in Japanese, and it's all very heavy on the text, so I had no idea what was going on there. I got to play Flower finally. It's from the people who made Flow, that game company. And it's just a gorgeous-looking game, really simple. It's all motion control, so you're just kind of cruising around this huge, lush, just really amazing-looking field of grass, basically pollinating, making more flowers. It seems like a really soothing experience. Perhaps TGS is not the best place to experience that, but I still got a good taste for it and definitely want to try out more. There's still so much more to see at the show, even at the Sony booth. I know there's a big-ass line for, is it White Knight Story? Is a bunch of other stuff, so yeah, well, we're gonna go check it out and try and walk so that my feet don't hurt so much from standing still. What's up? It's TGS Day 2. I'm Ryan, and I'm over here at the Behemoth's Cavernous booth, and I'm joined by Tom Fulp. Tom, how's it going, man?
It's good. We're here showing Castle Crashers at the Tokyo Game Show, and it's exciting.
How's the response to Castle Crashers in Japan?
It's been pretty good so far. I don't know if you guys saw the paper craft. Do you want me to hold one up? This one fan in Japan made these little paper craft figures. for Castle Crashers, so that's cool. And today and yesterday are business only, so tomorrow's when I guess the floodgates open up and the general public comes in.
So you excited for that part?
Yeah, we're really curious to see how that goes.
You've got some pretty nice television sets over here. You want to talk about the process of getting those set up?
Yeah, we actually walked to a Costco about half a mile from our hotel and bought 2 TVs, threw them on a cart, and wheeled the cart back to the hotel, across all those sky bridges they have and everything over the roads. And now they're here, and we're going to give them away after the show, although they've already been claimed by people, so it's just not worth it shipping them back.
So yeah, what's not to get totally off topic here, but yeah, what's Japanese Costco like?
Have you ever seen Idiocracy?
Yeah.
It's a lot like that, except taller.
What's the status update with the title update stuff that's been pending for Castle Crashers?
Title update is just about done. It still has to go through all the final approvals before release. We're still haggling over some little details about some things to settle out, whether to do them or not. Not things that are bugs, but things that are like little TRC related.
So any chances of adding any additional content in this update?
We have some PDLC, but that's probably going to be released separately. No set dates or anything for that right now.
Excellent. So beyond more DLC for Castle Crashers, what does the future hold for the behemoth?
We have another game that we're working on that we'll be announcing eventually. Yeah, no, not sure when yet.
So just eventually, so TBA on the announcement.
Yes, TBA.
Excellent. Well, Tom, thanks for your time.
Thanks. Thank you.
TGS continues.
And that's the way it was here at Tokyo Game Show 2008 as the final business day. So from here, the public gets in, which means we don't really play any more games because there are a billion, million, zillion people in here. So I think we played most of what we're going to play. Brad, what do you think of the show this year?
What?
What do you think of the show? Is it exciting?
No, not really. It's it seems emptier than it has in past years. Like emptier of big announcements and emptier. Just seems like fewer people here the last couple of days. I don't know. What do you think?
Well, I didn't go last year, and I guess that was the first year they had the 2 business day thing, so I thought maybe some of it was that since there being 2 business days, that would spread out the people that need to be here.
That's probably what it is.
Yeah. It seems like a lot of the companies that we're talking to, a lot of people from companies are basically leaving tonight or tomorrow or something like that, not even really staying in town, but we're here till like Tuesday.
Yeah, with our Ninja shrimp chips.
Yeah, there was a ninja handing out chips. So this is your first Tokyo Game Show. Now that you've basically seen what the industry side of things have to offer, what do you think?
It was interesting. You know, there's a huge culture shock that happens here. Like the first day, just my mind was just fried at the end because of it. But at the end of today, like I've kind of gotten used to ignoring the Japanese text and the smiling and nodding whenever someone speaks to me in Japanese. Hey, and yeah, it kind of just turned into a video game trade show, albeit one where there didn't seem to be a ton of games that I was super interested in seeing, and honestly, it didn't seem like there was necessarily a ton of games in general.
Yeah, I guess I echo some of that. I think that there are definitely some interesting stuff here, but a lot of it was kind of known quantities. Definitely games that have been announced before, stuff we had seen. So. But a lot of it was new. We did, got some interviews. You talked to Tom Fulp earlier.
I did. I talked to the Behemoth's Tom Fulp. Talked about kind of what they're doing in Japan and what the Japanese Costco experience is like.
Have you ever seen Idiocracy? Yeah, it's a lot like that.
So these people are all streaming out of here. I think we're going to do the same and try and hit the trains. Unfortunately, all these people are probably heading to the train that we're going to get on, so they'll be packed full. Coming up from here, we'll have, cosplay action of people dressed up as other people, which is always fun. And who knows what other kind of weird shenanigans we'll get into. So
I'm coming dressed as you tomorrow, and I'm going to go stand over there. And
you're coming dressed as me?
Yeah.
They sell a costume for that? Or?
No, I made my own. A real cosplayer makes their own costume. You don't buy it off the shelf. Come on.
Okay, well, we'll have to see how that goes. See you tomorrow.
Day two. Sunglasses. Chicks with guns.